As our society is facing key environmental challenges like climate change, disaster risk, and biodiversity loss, nature-based solutions utilize natural systems to address these challenges through the protection and sustainable management and restoration of both natural and modified ecosystems. Examples of nature-based solutions for climate resilience are numerous. They include restoring and protecting coastal wetlands, mangroves, and coral reefs to reduce storm surges, flooding, and erosion, but also implementing green infrastructures, protecting and restoring forests and watersheds to reduce flood risk and improve water quality, and adopting climate-smart agricultural practices like cover cropping and agroforestry. The fundamentals of nature-based solutions for climate resilience are derived from established practices such as forest landscape restoration, integrated water resource management, ecosystem-based adaptation and mitigation, and ecosystem-based disaster risk reduction. In this BIMS Bite episode, we will offer insights into what nature-based solutions are and how the BIMS community relates to it. We aim to lay a strong foundation for understanding and appreciating the importance of nature-based solutions in marine science, especially how the BIMS community integrate their voices and identity into nature-based solutions. So let's dive in.
Mangrove conservation is an example of nature-based solution, and I'm studying the impact of the local communities management for mangroves in terms of conserving mangroves and also promoting the livelihoods and the resilience of the local communities.
In Trinidad, there's a group, Future Fishers. I do workshops with them. We go out on the reefs. I actually have them collect data using the techniques, surveys, and their data is actually used to incorporate manuscripts to be published.
My work is on flood risk perceptions of Brevard County stakeholders. How I began integrating nature-based solutions in my research was first by going and observing success in nature-based solution implementation. I took those lessons and it empowered me to go to my own community and really help solve problems there.
I'm studying the local communities, and their social well-being is really key in ensuring that they can continue in implementing this nature-based solution. And I integrate the social vulnerability as a key element for the success of a nature-based solution.
When I go home and I speak with members of my community that don't know anything about the stuff that I'm studying, but they do know that they're impacted by things going on in the environment, but they don't know how vulnerable they are, then it shows me I can't move forward without first consulting with those populations of people that are the most vulnerable.
The Caribbean islands, they experience, a lot of storms, hurricanes, which means that there may be issues with getting resources, being prepared. What I do is, tell them why reefs are important. Coral reefs, they buffer storms, they prevent, erosion, coastal erosion, which is a huge aspect because if you add coastal development, such as resorts, hotels, then that speeds up the process.
I would say some of the challenges would definitely be the funding. Of course, these communities need funding. I would also say the research that should have been done prior to implementing the solutions. Because if you have no baseline, how do you track the progress? A lot of these communities don't have capacity, but BIMS is trying to build that generation of scientists that can take over these issues and actually fix them, like solve the problem. We're not just trying to put a Band-Aid on it. We're actually trying to heal it.
I think the challenges for these nature-based solutions, I think one of them is trust. Community members thinking that you have a specific agenda, you don't want that at all. For a group, community stakeholders to trust you, you have to build that relationship with them. And so that's what I do. I try and build a relationship with them before conducting workshops. Always asking questions, always interested in what their thoughts are.
When we are doing the analysis on remote sensing and the mangrove cover, I think having the good methodology is the challenge also, because there are so many uncertainties like clouds and other parameters that you need to consider when you analyze the mangrove cover in these locally managed marine areas.
There are a lot of hungry students looking for opportunity. If we simply employ these students as the liaisons for these communities through the schools, they're doing the research, right? Can we now say, hey, we're implementing these nature-based solutions here. For those of you that want to do field work, go out and help the community plant these oyster reefs, plant this seagrass, plant the coral. We're giving out free diving certifications through BIMS. You can go through our program and we connect you with an organization that does coral outplanting, and you can go and do that.
So you can't have the science and not connect it back to the community. So if you make them part of the research, then they understand and they have a sense of ownership. They take in ownership of what they've learned and applying them for better habits that may be associated directly or indirectly with the coral reef ecosystems.
Nature-based solution works when it is implemented and in collaboration with the local communities, and even it has a very huge impact in terms of mangrove conservation, especially, and also in terms of improving the social well-being of the local communities.
I would say nature-based solutions in this time are extremely important, because this is something that we can do at the ground level, at the grassroots level, to solve our resilience and sustainability issues, and to feed ourselves and come together and work and build our own communities.